If you've ever wondered whether your Maine Coon cat is a purebred, there are several ways to find out. Maine Coons are one of the largest and most distinctive breeds of domestic cats, known for their majestic fur, friendly nature, and impressive size. Whether you've adopted a Maine Coon or are considering purchasing one, knowing if it's purebred can be important for several reasons. In this video, we are going to discuss how to identify your Maine Coon is pure breed or not. Physical characteristics. When you want to know if your Maine Coon cat is a pure breed, looking at its physical characteristics is a big help. Here's a more detailed look at what you should check. Size and build. Maine Coon cats are some of the biggest cats you can have as pets. They have strong muscles, a wide chest, and their bodies are long. If your cat is much smaller or has a slim build, it might not be a pure Maine Coon. Fur and tail. One of the special things about Maine Coon cats is their fur. It's thick, feels a bit rough, and can handle cold weather well. They have a lot of fur around their neck too, which looks like a lion's mane. The tail is another clue. It's very fluffy and long. If your cat's fur is short or the tail isn't bushy, these are signs it might not be a full Maine Coon. Ears and eyes. Maine Coons have large ears with extra hair at the tips, which are like little brushes or tufts. This is not just cute but helps them to hear very well. Their eyes are big and can be shaped a bit like almonds. The position of their eyes gives them a kind and wise look. If your cat's ears are small or don't have those tufts, or if the eyes are set differently, it could mean your cat is not a pure Maine Coon. Facial structure. The face of a Maine Coon is something you can't miss. They have a strong square-shaped muzzle. That's the part around their nose and mouth. Their cheekbones are high, making their face look majestic and regal. A cat that doesn't have these features might not be a purebred Maine Coon. When you're looking at these characteristics, remember that some Maine Coon cats might not show all these features strongly, but can still be purebreds. However, cats that match many of these traits are more likely to be pure Maine Coon. If you're thinking about getting one and want to be sure it's purebred, these details can help you decide. Personality traits. If you're trying to find out if your Maine Coon cat is a pure breed, checking how it behaves can tell you a lot. Maine Coons are known for having certain personality traits that make them special. Here's what to look for. Maine Coons are very friendly cats. They love to be around people and are not shy at all. They enjoy playing games, especially ones that involve chasing toys or fetching small objects, just like dogs do. If your cat likes to play with you a lot and seems really happy when you're around, it might be a Maine Coon. These cats are also known for being chatty. They don't meow loudly, but they make a lot of different sounds to tell you how they feel or what they want. If your cat talks to you with soft chirps and trills, that's a good sign it could be a Maine Coon. Maine Coons are very clever. They can solve little problems, like figuring out how to open doors or finding hidden toys. They are also very curious and like to explore every corner of your home. If you notice your cat is always sniffing around new places or trying to figure out puzzles, it might be a purebred Maine Coon. Unlike most cats, Maine Coons don't mind water. In fact, they often like to play with water. They might dip their paws into their water bowl or even join you by the sink when you're washing dishes. If your cat enjoys water and doesn't run away from it, this is a typical Maine Coon behavior. Maine Coons are often called dog-like because they like to follow their owners around the house. They might walk with you from room to room, just wanting to be near you. They are loyal and can be very protective of their family. These personality traits are a big part of what makes Maine Coons so loved. If your cat shows these behaviors, there's a good chance it could be a purebred Maine Coon. Remember, even if your cat has a lot of these traits, the best way to know for sure if it's purebred is to check its pedigree papers or get a DNA test. But knowing about these behaviors can give you a pretty good hint. Check the pedigree papers. These papers are like a family tree for your cat. They list the parents, grandparents, and even great-grandparents of your Maine Coon. To be considered a purebred, your cat's family should all be Maine Coons too. These papers are given by organizations that keep records of cat families, like the Cat Fanciers Association, CFA, or the International Cat Association, TICA. If you got your cat from a person who breeds cats, this breeder should be able to give you the pedigree papers. Good breeders register their kittens with cat registries and have official papers for each kitten. These papers are important because they show that the breeder follows rules about keeping the cat breed pure. Having these papers is the best way to be sure your cat is a purebred Maine Coon. Without these papers, it's hard to know for certain if your cat is pure because it could look like a Maine Coon but might have parents or grandparents from other breeds. So, if you want to know if your Maine Coon is a pure breed, ask to see the pedigree papers. They are the strongest proof that your cat comes from a long line of Maine Coons and is not mixed with other cat breeds. Health screening. When you want to be sure that your Maine Coon cat is a pure breed, you can also look into its health through something called genetic testing. This is a special checkup that looks at the cat's genes, which are like tiny instructions inside every animal that decide things like how it looks and if it might get certain diseases. A vet or a breeder takes a little sample from the cat, like a swab from inside its cheek or a bit of blood. This doesn't hurt the cat, but lets the vet look at the cat's genes. They send this sample to a special lab, where scientists check the genes to see if the Maine Coon has the genes that might make it sick with HCM or SMA. This helps make sure the cat is healthy. If the results show that the cat doesn't have these bad genes, then it's not only healthier, but also more likely to be a purebred Maine Coon. This information can make you feel better about your cat's health and its breed. Getting a genetic test done on your Maine Coon is a smart step if you want to keep your furry friend healthy and confirm that it is a pure breed. Consult a veterinarian or a cat breed expert. If you're not sure whether your Maine Coon cat is a pure breed, one good step is to ask for help from someone who knows a lot about cats. This could be a veterinarian who takes care of many cats or a cat breed expert. These professionals can help you figure out if your cat is a purebred Maine Coon. A cat breed expert knows a lot about Maine Coons and what makes them special. This person might be someone who judges cat shows or someone who has raised Maine Coon cats for a long time. They can tell by looking at your cat's body, fur, and behavior if it seems to be a purebred Maine Coon. These experts can help because they know exactly what to look for in Maine Coon cats. They can see small details that you might not notice. If they think your cat looks like a Maine Coon, that's a good sign. But remember, even experts might need more than just looking at your cat to be totally sure it's a purebred, like seeing pedigree papers or doing DNA tests. Getting advice from a vet or a cat breed expert is a helpful way to learn more about your cat and whether it might be a pure Maine Coon. DNA testing. DNA testing looks at the genes of your cat, which are like tiny instructions inside every living thing that decide how it looks and behaves. By taking a small sample, usually from the cat's cheek with a swab or some of its hair, a lab can examine the DNA to see what kind of cat it is. This test can tell you if your Maine Coon has genes that are common in the breed. It can also show if your cat has genes from other types of cats mixed in. Sometimes, even if a cat looks like a Maine Coon and acts like one, its genes might tell a different story. You can buy a DNA test kit from a pet store or online, or your veterinarian can help you get one. After you collect the sample, you send it to a lab, and they will do the test and send you the results. So, using DNA testing is a helpful way to find out more about your Maine Coon cat's breed, especially when you want to be really sure about its background. So, this was all about today's video. Do let us know your thoughts in comments. Please subscribe to the All Cats. Thank you for watching.